This week on Destination Now, we pick up and move our camper down to Key West for a long weekend to celebrate our anniversary. But unfortunately, it didn't start out as relaxing as we thought it would be.
There's some sort of weird issue going on with the Victron Multi-Plus inverter charger. We have the 3000. And when we left the house, I unplugged it from the AC, and all of a sudden it was low on power and it wasn't inverting even though the batteries should have been charged. The batteries were showing just over 24 volts, like 24.13, I think. So then I plugged the inverter back in right before we left so we could run the AC a little bit more while we were doing stuff. The AC ran, then I unplugged it. We drove down here, and then we got here and I went to turn on the power and plug it in here, and I'm not getting any power whatsoever.
If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there.
Going camping out of Leo's campground in Stock Island, right by Key West. That way we don't have to drive all the way home. We want to hang out on the town.
Okay, we made it to Leo's campground here on Stock Island, but we're having a little problem with our inverter. So we have no air conditioning and it's really hot out this week. It's supposed to be about 86 and 80% humidity. So we need to get that working. Otherwise, this isn't a very good vacation. Leo's campground is a cute spot right off Highway 1. So bathhouse, library, sinks. They've done a great job maintaining the place, offer full hookups, have beautifully painted fences, oversized games, laundry, and even a tiny dog park.
Power, no power, no power. Having a problem with the Multi-Plus where it's not doing anything. It's still got power, even though I've disconnected the positive and negative leads completely. The AC power is disconnected. There's nothing plugged into it. And yet, look at this. So somehow there's residual power on the 24 volt side, and unfortunately I don't really have anything that runs on 24 volts that I could put to this thing to drain the power out, so it's just sitting there, and I kind of need this thing to work right now because it's really hot. I'm down in South Florida, down in Key West, and really using air conditioner right now. It's really hot. So I have disconnected the 120 volts and disconnected the 24 volt leads. So there's absolutely no power whatsoever going to the inverter. None. And I mean none. And yet it still has over 24 volts. It's like, what is it? Like I can pull it up on my phone, which should be impossible. Yeah, 24.97 volts.
Show us.
And it says it's initializing.
Still initializing?
Yeah. When we got here, it was over 25 volts. I'm really confused. I left all my tools at home because I didn't think we'd need it. But of course, you know, Murphy's Law. So my neighbor over here at the campsite let me borrow this, which is just a voltage tester that doesn't give you any readout other than a glowing light. And I connected it to the positive and negative leads of the multi-plus, which should have had no power, and it lit up. Well, now I'm connecting it and it's not lighting up. I'm really confused now because it should be completely off. And yet,
Do you think the app is malfunctioning?
no. No, this thing has power to it. So there's capacitors inside the inverter that help when you have a shock load, such as the AC turning on and stuff like that. Really handy. But they only store 120 volts. So I can't imagine those would be storing 24 volts. I mean, maybe, but something's not right. And I expected to open up the inverter and something to be burnt and charred. But I see no evidence of anything being burnt. I'm really confused. It's extremely hot here. It's 79% humidity and 84 degrees. And just so tired of working on stuff. That's all I do all day, every day.
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary. Okay, update. So I have unplugged everything from the Multi-Plus 3000. I don't have any wires connecting to the shore power or going to the camper power. I've completely bypassed it. And now I'm running my electricity straight to the camper. And it's still doing the same thing. So I turned my solar power back on. I reconnected the batteries. So the batteries are being charged by the charge controller, and they've gone up to 25.4 volts, I think. And what's weird is when I connect to the Multi-Plus on the app, which is weird that I can still do that, it says it's at the same exact voltage as the charge controller. And yet these are disconnected. What the heck is going on? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone right now. So look at this. 25.93 volts. And then this says 25.92.
Weird.
And then I can click on it and open it up.
It's completely disconnected.
And it's all started right after the solar flares.
Yeah, so the solar flares messed it up.
I mean, it has to be, right?
It has to be.
We're hanging out at Dante's, having a good time. Cheers.
We finally gave up on the inverter and routed the power directly to the camper so we can get the air conditioning turned on. Then we headed straight to the pool at Dante's bar to cool down before doing the one thing Nick has been talking about for years.
This moment is brought to you by DestinatioNow. Happy anniversary. Love you, baby.
Every time we watch the sunset from Mallory Square in Key West, Nick points at this beautiful 105-foot schooner and says, "I want to get on that boat." Well, today is the day. we're hopping aboard the America 2.0 for an evening of sailing, drinks, and appetizers, all while watching the sunset from the middle of the ocean. The past meets the future aboard the schooner America 2.0. She's modeled after one of the most famous maritime icons of all time, the winner of the first America's Cup of 1851, the schooner America. This vessel's 2.0 refers to the eco-friendly nature of her cutting-edge construction materials and her propulsion system. Rather than finding a loud diesel-consuming engine below her deck, you'll find a large battery bank providing electric propulsion with smaller diesel-assisted generators. If you peel away her hull, rather than finding heavy fiberglass or steel, there's an extremely durable 3-layer composite, a sandwich of cedar over balsa core and laminated with epoxy resin. Instead of finding heavy wooden rigging, these masts, booms, and gaffs are all lightweight carbon fiber. Together, these strong, light components, along with modern power sourcing, allow the America 2.0 the ability to move through water effortlessly, efficiently, and with minimal environmental impact. All right, pass this back for guys.
Here's the key. If you don't feel like you're putting your back into it and pulling, you're probably not putting your back into it and pulling.
Pirate.
Arr.
It's your pirate ship.
Keep the sails full and you're good. Well, you don't hit another boat.
Yeah.
The captain has left.
I am
Sorry,
the captain
I'm the
now.
captain now.
Happy anniversary, babe. We're out here sailing on the America 2.0 schooner. It's a 105-foot schooner. This thing is absolutely amazing. Wow. I just got to drive. It was so cool.
Pirate driver, pirate boat.
It was so cool. Check this thing. Wow. Wow, wow.
Not left.
Blown away. I'm so happy right now. Key West is the best.
While we encountered many complications this weekend, from our inverter malfunctioning to a flat Vespa tire no one would fix on the weekend, to our truck camper AC going out and the belly of our camper falling off, none of that seemed to matter in this moment. This moment, right here, right now, was perfect. Yeah, I figured out how to do it now. So what's the
We got this, huh, babe?
I mean, I'm a good climber. You have to be very hard. I'm strong.
Bravo!
The next day, we decided to head to Fort Zachary State Park for a beach day, where we knew we'd find a group of our friends at their normal hangout, sharing food, music, games, bubbles, and a really good time. It's almost impossible to go wrong at this park, where the weather is always close to perfect.
It's just no lose waiting for the judgment day. Well, look, my friend, what about young Anthony? He said, that's okay, boy, don't you stay, keep family company. Take a load on friends, take a load for free. Take a load on Fanny. You put the load right on me. Solo.
Yeah, I caught that on camera, dude.
If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you'll never miss another episode. And we'll see you next Tuesday for another adventure. Play on the horns over there.
Camping, right? It's supposed to be fun.